Good day, Ozark Electric Cooperative. Hey, it's November, so there's a couple things coming up that we're going to touch on. Have an incredible Veterans Day. We have complete appreciation and humility for those that have served in our military, that have afforded us so many freedoms and the things that we enjoy here in the United States. And so we value you, whether you're active service or any of the military, first responders, everybody, but veterans are our focus this month. And so thank you so much from the bottom of our heart for your service and what you do. We try to run into you wherever we go, and if we know that you were in the service, I know my priority is to shake your hand and tell you thank you for what you've done, and the life that I lead here with my family is in large part to your efforts. And so it's not lost on us here at Ozark Electric. Thank you so much. Then we've got Thanksgiving in this month, and that's a gathering for family and friends and celebration and time to recharge and build more memories out. So be sure and enjoy your Thanksgiving. Gather together with those that you love and appreciate. Tell them that you're thankful for them. Tell them that you love them. Share those things that they need to hear. And I hope that you hear those things too. So enjoy your holiday. From us here at Ozark Electric, have a terrific one. Be safe in your travels. And I hope it is a sweet time that you get to spend with your family and friends. Next, you can see here beside me, we have an award, and we've posted this on some of our other social media, but our statewide agency, AMEC, located in Jefferson City, which represents all of our co-ops here in the state, which is 47 of us, they held their member services annual meeting, so our folks went to that, and they received the High Voltage Award, and that award was granted to Ozark Electric on behalf of our social media efforts here, and being declared best in the state. And so I'm I thought we were the best. Now this kind of backs it up, and so I'm extremely proud of John Davis, who's manager of member services, and his efforts, coupled with Grayson and Anna, that take care of telling our story frequently to you and allow me this opportunity to tell you what's going on here. So I'm so proud of them. You should be proud of them too. And we'll continue to improve the product and keep you informed of what's going on here. Now, concerning what's going on here, I got to give you some news. You need to know as soon as we know it. We've been talking about supply chain and increased costs for materials, which we've been keeping up with that, but it has crept into being a big, heavy price tag on a lot of what we do. The facilities that we have, which is the poles, the wire, the transformers, regulators, capacitors, all that stuff makes up the facilities that is our grid for Ozark Electric. And we take care of a lot of that through those purchases to make sure that we can do that stuff for you, so that we can have all that equipment and stuff available. We can maintain it throughout the year. And so those costs have continued to climb on us. As I've told you, there's still supply chain issues. And so that's driving costs and delivery times and lead times on that stuff. And it's been a real challenge to combat that stuff. So along with those things, we were told in October that our G&T was going to need to increase their rates for deliveries to ultimately the distribution co-ops, which is us. And that came in a 4% increase. And so we immediately get to work, myself, senior staff, and the directors, and we weigh all kinds of conditions, things that we need to consider, what do we need to do to try and keep up with that. So we talk about rate increases, we talk about other ways that we can try and take care of things. We look at historical data to see if the weather we can count on it to bail us out and create more sales, which would help create more comfort level for us to do the things that we need to from day to day. And as we looked at rates, there wasn't a lot of security in doing that. And that's one of those things that, when you say there's a rate increase and you go from maybe 9.7 cents to maybe 10 cents, then our minds can just go wild and thinking, okay, so what does that mean? So we also took a look at our facilities charge, which is currently $27.50 at the residential level. And we took a look at, okay, so what's throughout the region? Where are we at in that? And we're certainly not the most expensive in that. And so as we looked at it, that would be something I think that if we needed to go and absorb some of these increased costs that are coming to us, what is a way that our membership would have a fixed dollar amount that they know that they could budget toward. And that came in the facilities charge. So effective January 1st, your facilities charge will move from $27.50 to $31. So it's a $3.50 increase per month, which is $42 for the 12 months. That will allow for folks to know what that is. We can know that that is guaranteed to come in to help with these climbing costs that we have, and also not be tied to weather. As we were running out the math and doing the considerations on, energy rate increase, it made us nervous, and I don't know that it would have been the wisest thing for Ozark Electric to do, to bank on weather being a driver in that, to make sure that we were sound fiscally, to take care of the things that we need to do for you as a member. I apologize, and we've tried to do everything that we can through the pandemic, through other folks having rising costs and everything, to avoid that and try and figure out how we could shave it as close as we could. And we've been able to do that for the last several years. Well, back to 2018, we haven't had an adjustment or an increase to you since then. And so that's good as a metric in our industry, to be able to travel that far without having to do that. And so I'm kind of cat out of the bag. You'll start to see on your bill insert reminders for that. You'll see on our social media, on our webpage in rural Missouri. We're going to communicate that message as much as we can through November and December to get you ready for that. And so I think it's just best to be transparent with you, tell you what the thought process was, and we just, with that increase from our G&T levels, at being at 4%, we just didn't have the room to absorb that without passing some of that on. So I think that we found a good compromise that takes some of the sting out of it by being able to make it something that's fixed and defined for you, because we still are sensitive to what's going on with the economy, with inflation. The conflict that's ongoing in Ukraine has a global effect on a lot of the things that we are dealing with here in the United States. It's not the sole reason, but it is a factor. There's numerous ones that we have to consider, and it's made its way to us. And so, again, on behalf of the board, we don't relish in the idea of being able to announce an increase in any way to you, but I think that we found a good compromise to do that in a way that was tangible and something that you all could, have fixed, and you know what it is, and it's calculable, and you can handle it. We'll continue to do the best that we can here in the years ahead, the months ahead, to take care of those costs. I hope that this video finds you well. I wish I had better news on that, and that we were able to go another year without having to consider some of those things. But it is where we find ourselves, and I just ask you to continue to be supportive as you always are. We're going to continue to do the best job we possibly can, being your co-op and providing the level of service that you deserve. And so there's that. Look for it to continue to roll out in all those formats that I mentioned. Again, I want to close by telling you to have a fantastic Thanksgiving holiday with your family, and we'll talk to you in December. All righty? Thank you.